Shelling around the city of Donetsk and NATO reports of a serious military buildup of Russian troops in Ukraine and across the border have authorities in Kiev preparing for another round of fighting with separatists. U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Eric Rubin says that's all the more reason to get back to the Minsk peace plan's ceasefire, buffer zone, and withdrawal of foreign mercenaries.
We have an agreement with the Russian Federation that has largely been ignored, honored in its breach. And that is a critical priority, to get back to the Minsk agreement, to get back to the things that were a series of steps that really would very quickly move to reduce the level of tensions, end the violence, and create the way forward for a compromise that everyone can accept.
But focusing on the failing Minsk ceasefire without helping arm Ukrainian government forces will never end the violence, says Republican Congressman Steve Stockman.
I believe that the State Department and the President are mistaken in their viewpoint, in thinking that silence is better. And it's a mistake to the people of Ukraine who are asking for freedom, and our president isn't paying attention.
Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko says he's open to finding an end to the conflict, but that will likely be a different agreement because Minsk is not working, says American University professor Keith Darden.
If we hold out the importance of Minsk and say, Russia, you signed on to Minsk, Ukrainian government, you signed on to Minsk, the Ukrainian government's violating Minsk, the Russian government is violating Minsk, the separatists have been violating Minsk from the beginning. If we just cling to that piece of paper without continuing to try to work out a diplomatic settlement, I think we're going to be in trouble.
German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier, who met with his Ukrainian counterpart, says the Minsk agreement remains the best way to prevent a return to fighting.
Mit dem Abschluss der Minsker Vereinbarungen glaubten und hofften wir diesen Punkt.
With the Minsk agreements, we hope to have left behind that situation, and it is important that we do not fall back into it. We have to work towards ensuring that the Minsk agreements are not only respected, but also realized step by step.
That, he says, means reaching agreement on a prisoner exchange and demilitarizing the Ukrainian-Russian border. Scott Stearns, VOA News at the State Department.